So, you come in the big C about cards you should buy before they skyrocket in price, so you don't take a big L and can look like a big G. I'm actually happy that you did that. Skumada's proud. What's going on with ya, big dog? And it is an amazing update Monday. I hope your day is going phenomenal, but if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. And since I did say it is update Monday, big dog, it is actually 1 year, 2 months, and 1 week, boy, of kicking rheumatoid arthritis's ass, man. It ain't never felt so good to be so good. If there was one thing I want to share with you this week, it's actually really simple. Sleep more. Seriously, like, get more sleep. I have way too many friends and family members that just simply don't get enough sleep. Like, do you not understand that that is one of the most important things? Personally, I don't care if you're watching this video at Monday night. Turn the fucking video off and go to sleep. Without the required hours to sleep, your body doesn't recharge the way that it should. If it doesn't recharge the way that it should, you'll be drained. If you're drained, you won't be as productive. If you won't be as productive, you obviously won't get it. You see the cycle here? Plus, a lot of people's problems could literally, I swear to God, I promise you, it could be solved with sleep. So if you can, please get as much sleep as possible. Recommended hours is anywhere between 6 to 10 hours. But there is something that you should not be sleeping on. It's these cards. Now, these are the cards that I strongly recommend that you should have, but I mean, I don't know. It's not like I've ever been right. How much is Robbery of the Warlords again? Oh, I remember me telling you about that. So today I'm going to be talking about cards that you should buy before they skyrocket in price. But of course, if you were a part of the Patreon, you would have found out a little bit early, just as a special thanks for helping me pay my editors. Without further ado, I won't waste any more of your time. Let's talk about these cards that you should buy before they skyrocket in price. What's really tricky right now is with Yu-Gi-Oh! Season just starting up again, things have been naturally going up. But fortunately enough, this particular card just came out in Power of the Elements, so it may not be expensive for a while. The new rank 3 in Asura King is a secret rare from Power of the Elements and actually has a pretty fucking good effect to only be $1? Yo, this shit is crazy. It's literally only $1 right now as of making this video. Like, ho ho! In case you didn't know, Asura King can attack as many times up to the number of materials it has, and it can detach a material to negate the activation of monster effects. This card is like legitimately ridiculous for only $1. I can't even think of another rank 3 monster that actually negates the activation of card effects, but here we are. The drawbacks to Asura King is that there isn't currently a deck that supports level 3 monsters to be able to summon this card consistently, but to be honest, I really don't give a shit. It's $1. The only problem with Asura King is that I think it will be a long-term investment. We'd really have to wait until that level 3 deck becomes really good. I'm looking at you, Burning Abyss. Anytime now, do something. But a card that players are looking at seriously right now, it may even be too late to pick up this card, is Evenly Matched. Now, Evenly Matched works best in a format where there are decks that don't put up disruptions. Don't think about Sprite. Yes, think about Tearlament. Tearlament literally cannot solve this card. Evenly Matched is also extremely good in a format where players are ultra reliant on tokens.
We just win this format!
The reason why Evenly Matched is so good when tokens are present is because when you activate this card when your opponent controls a token, they must banish everything face down except for the token. Reason why? Well, tokens cannot be face down. This essentially gives your opponent no option on what to banish. It's even. Combine that with cards like Forbidden Droplet, which is hopefully getting another reprint inside of the Megatons, and yeah, Evenly Matched is a game-winning card. But speaking of Megatons, I strongly think that Evenly Matched is getting a reprint as well, if not already confirmed, which means that you probably, if you are going after high YOLO swag and are risking it, picking up your secret rare first copies of Evenly Matched will be a good idea. Picking up the other ones aren't necessarily a bad idea, but it is a little bit risky, especially since the Mega 10 does print out secrets in ultra rares. But I could see Evenly Matched being a super rare, meaning that your ultra rares and secret rares retain some value. Do what you will with that information. Moving back to Power of the Elements, there's actually another card that looks really good, but to be honest with you, it feels like some other old school trap cards from other sets. I genuinely want you to think Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I want you to think Witch's Strike. I want you to think of so many other great looking trap cards that have came out in sets only to flop. Well, the only difference is that this card is really cheap. It's only $2. Draco Utopian Aura checks out multiple boxes here. First of all, it has Draco in its name. Do I gotta bring out the Draco to show you how Draco is? Bro, it could literally be Soldier Boy or it could be a Gun Yu-Gi-Oh card. You know what we do with Rockets. It also has Aura in its name. We're gonna excuse the Utopia part, but it ain't nothing utopian about this right here. And that can actually mean two things because this card seems fairly competitive. What it does is that it allows you to negate a monster effect activated on the field, and then if you banish a monster in your hand, you can special summon that monster to your side of the field. You can banish dead hand traps against certain matchups and take your opponent's monster. You can banish dead cards you don't need and take your opponent's monster. I love that it's an optional change of heart instead of a forced change of heart to take your opponent's monster. Because if you ain't got no monsters, you can still use the card. Because of that, I think Draco Utopian Aura is a fairly good card, but even the best thing is that we're waiting for this ultimate strategy to come out. This strategy with so much power that revolves around banishing monsters from their hand so you can get their effects. Soon, we will rule the world! Sorry guys, I've been talking to Intellectual Cali a little too much. Another card that I'm feeling extremely risky on is a card that's really good this format. When everybody playing hand traps, Triple Tactics Talent easily comes to the forefront of my mind when it comes to one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, this card is literally a triple threat. Draw cards, skill opponent's monsters, look at the hand, all at the grasp of your fingertips. Just make that mistake in the main phase. Triple T is easily one of my favorite teal cards in the game, and this is actually a card that I think you should buy before it skyrockets in price. I would have to say even with the potential reprints in the Mega 10s. Reason why is because Triple Tactic just got a reprint in the last Mega 10. I don't think it is as likely. It could come out in the side set coming up this month, but it'll come out as a rare and a collector's rare, like. This pretty much almost guarantees that ultra and secret rare copies of Triple Tactics Talent will only continue to rise as players start to realize that this card is kind of good. But of course, if you wanted to be safest about this particular card, buying secret rare first copies from Rise of the Duelist, they were already ridiculously hard to find, and now if you have a playset, you can't lose. What you didn't know is how hard I should be pushing this card. This is my secret card going into the lair. It actually won me so many games at the Las Vegas Regional, seeing a spike and then maybe came down a little bit. Not a lot of people are paying attention to Mistaken Arrest. Mistaken Arrest says no searching for 2 turns, yours and your opponent's. In a meta where we already consider Droll and Lockbird as one of the best hand traps, being able to have a spell card that can't be hit by Cold by the Grave, as well as it being a quick play spell card, meaning your opponent can't destroy it with Twin Twisters like Mistake, and also being able to cop up my most hated deck of all time, Fluandaris. Let me give you a scenario. Look, you're going about your day, you're playing on your turn, right? And then your opponent's like, I'm gonna play on your turn too. They go ahead and normal summon the Robina and you flip the Mistaken Arrest. They ain't searching, they not summoning. You play on your turn. Now there is an obvious drawback with Mistaken Arrest. Obviously you wouldn't be able to search for those 2 turns, but quite literally I couldn't give a shit. Already set up your board. I mean, like, I feel like I've said this too many times. It reminds me of Vanity's Emptiness, Royal Oppression, Imperial Order. The same thing. I think it's a genuine mistake that you didn't arrest copies of Mistaken Arrest for this format, especially if you can deploy it or if you just hate Fluandaris and you want them blown off the face of the earth. And that's pretty much all that I have for the cards that you should buy before they skyrocket in price. But please, if you got some cards that you think I should be buying, let me know. Your big dog got the wallet to invest into it. And if I don't sleep. And if I don't sleep, bad day. Of course, if you want to see more amazing content, then be sure to check out these other videos. And if you want to see Master Duel content, be sure to check out Master Duel Cali, as I'll catch you on the next video. Stay safe, fellas and ladies.